What's going on, everybody? This is Living in Arizona Now, and today we're going to talk about the best places to live in Arizona the way I see it. So, this is where I would live if I was to not have to worry about money, right? If you guys are interested in the subject, you're going to want to stick around because at the end, I'm going to give you my top place that I would really live if money and all things considered the best place to live in my opinion. And the reason I'm making this video is because on the last video that we did for the live stream, so many of you guys were like, "Hey, where's the best place to live? Where would you live?" And I was like, "Okay, you guys really want to know my personal opinion because most of the time we make videos based on what I think you guys are looking for and stuff, but what's my personal opinion? I rarely share that with you." So that's what this one's going to get into. I'm going to share my favorite places in Tucson, my favorite places in Phoenix Metro, my favorite places in Southern Arizona, and my favorite places in Northern Arizona. And then at the end, or close to the end, I tell you my absolute favorite. So the first place we're going to talk about is my favorite areas to live around Phoenix Metro. And a lot of people ask, "Hey, where's the best place to live in Phoenix that's close enough to all the conveniences like a Costco, a hospital, all these different things?" And so I also consider that. And also how close it is to a major airport. Can I take an Uber, a Lyft? Can I drive to the airport? Is it, going to be a hassle to get there? So these are my favorite places to live around Phoenix Metro. So the furthest one away that's still close enough to Phoenix Metro, I've talked about it a few times, is Wickenburg. Wickenburg is about, I would say, around an hour and a half away from downtown Phoenix, but it's still very rural. You don't feel like you're anywhere close to Phoenix, but you're close enough. You get it? So Wickenburg is that spot if you're looking for that. You could also say if you're in that area looking to be outside the city and you want rural life, feeling like you're not in Phoenix, but you are close enough, other places to consider would be Anthem, and then the dark horse would be Black Canyon City. Black Canyon City has not really started to develop yet and it's still very backwoods up there. There's still a lot of trailer homes and stuff, but Black Canyon City has a lot of potential. But that's a place for someone who's really trying to get out of it, but still secretly stay close to Phoenix. Now, if we go to the east side of the valley, I would say check out Gold Canyon. Uh, you could look at Apache Junction, but Gold Canyon is really the one. A lot of people are saying Fountain Hills. I've gotten a couple Fountain Hills in here. I would also live in Fountain Hills. That's another East Valley. It's on the other side of the McDowell Mountains. It's kind of on the way up towards Payson. The further you go up towards Payson, in the Fountain Hills area, the other side of Rio Verde or the Verde River, that's an area you could really check out. I've seen some people building homes out that way. Uh, Someone just said, Buckeye, no, I don't have any real interest in West Phoenix. Bill Gates was supposed to be building a smart city out in Tonopah, which was kind of interesting. But I've never really been a fan of West Phoenix, especially out there by the White Tanks. Although they did build Verrado, which is a very nice area. They also have a Four Seasons over there. It still doesn't have enough to appeal to me. The only area in West Phoenix area that kind of caught my attention was Estrella Mountain Ranch. If you wanted to live on the west side, save some money, just south of Goodyear is Estrella Mountain. You may consider that. Now, if we go down to Tucson area, the areas that I really like around Tucson are going to be Oro Valley. Oro Valley is getting a bit overpopulated. For those of you who know anything about Biodome, you might have seen the movie with Pauly Shore back in the 90s. Uh, they have the big biosphere there. That was like a big thing back in the 90s. Nowadays, it's kind of just like it's almost a museum at this point. It's kind of run down and still looks cool from the air if you fly a drone over it. But that's kind of in between. The biosphere is in between Oracle and Oro Valley. Now, if I was to choose between Oro Valley and Oracle, and I didn't mind being another 30 minutes away, I would go with Oracle. Oracle's quite an amazing place. And there's like a river valley on the other side of that. I think it's called San Luis River Valley. If you go up towards Globe, so you go past Oracle, you come into this like really cool river valley. It looks like it used to gush with water, probably during the time of when the Gila River actually flowed through. But I think it's called the San Luis. Don't quote me on that. Maybe some of you guys know, but it's just past Oracle, kind of on the other side of Aravaipa. So if you go a little bit further, you go to Aravaipa, which is a beautiful natural wilderness. So Oro Valley, Oracle. Towards the south of Tucson is going to be Green Valley, Sahuarita, Tubac. I would consider that whole area. There's like basically three towns. I wouldn't quite go as far south as Nogales. If I wanted to be a little bit further south, you could check out Rio Rico. But for me, the big area that I would probably go for would be Oro Valley, Catalina Foothills. If money was not an issue, Catalina Foothills might just be perfect for me. That's probably my favorite place in Tucson. But I'm just saying, if I couldn't get into Catalina Foothills and find my dream home because that's a bit more expensive. But again, it's if money wasn't an issue, I would go with Catalina Foothills. And to be honest with you, I will just go ahead and put that. If I could live anywhere in Arizona, it would probably be Catalina Foothills. I would say that one's going to be up there. I might have I have like top three I'll share with you, but that's one of them. Catalina Foothills is amazing. I don't know if you guys have ever been over there. Um, and then you have, I already talked about Sahuarita, Green Valley. That's a really nice area. There's also a mountain area that I like to explore up there called Madera Canyon. And for me, you'll notice I like to be where there's wild animals. I just something about having wild animals coming into your yard periodically is something that just is really fun for me. It might not be fun for everyone because people might be like, I don't want to have a rattlesnake coming into my backyard. I don't want to have a bobcat or a mountain lion possibly stalking me. It's not like they're going to stalk you, but you know how people are. They see it on the news. They believe in Bigfoot, they believe in aliens and all these different things. Does anyone in the audience believe in Bigfoot or the aliens? I mean, like, you guys know about the Mogollon Monster, right? Some people were, we talked about that like 4 years ago before anyone was even talking about the Mogollon Monster. And then I think one of the major news outlets all of a sudden started talking about the Mogollon Monster. For those of you who don't know, it's like this mythical creature that lives up on the Mogollon Rim that's kind of like a Bigfoot, but there was a bunch of sightings back in the early 1900s. And before then, the Native Americans were talking about it. But there's, I don't think there's any Mogollon Monster. It's probably just like some crazy guy that was kind of feral that lived up there. But, anyways, so someone said, I don't know about Bigfoot. And then someone said, yes, all of the above. So you do believe in the Bigfoot, aliens, and the Mogollon Monster. Okay. See, so I mean, those are some people would believe that a mountain lion and a bobcat and rattlesnakes are out to get them also. I mean, so you never know what people are going to buy into. Now let's talk about Northern Arizona. Someone, when we first started, said, please don't talk about Flagstaff. It's already getting overpopulated. Well, actually, Flagstaff wasn't even on my list, although there are some areas of Flagstaff that I would love to live in the summertime, not in the wintertime, because I don't do snow very good, and Flagstaff gets a lot of snow. But the areas around the Northern Arizona place region, I'm going to go with Strawberry. Okay. People who live in Strawberry are probably going to be like, darn it, why are you telling them about Strawberry? Well, I mean, I'm just, putting it out there. I mean, it's not like a lot of people watch these anyway, but Strawberry, Pine, that whole area right there. Payson, I don't think I could live in Payson, but the reason I would take Strawberry over Payson is because it's more beautiful. You guys ever heard of Fossil Creek, right? The waterfall? Well, Strawberry is very close to that area of Fossil Creek. It's not super close because you still have to go through like a dirt road and like a roundabout way to get into the canyon where Fossil Creek is. But you guys get the idea. For those of you who know, if you know, you know. If you don't know, then you don't need to know because it's kind of got to be a secret anyway. It's just people who know this kind of stuff. They're usually those are the people who love living in Arizona because they know about all the hidden gems and all that stuff. And I'm just giving you kind of insight into some of those places, but without revealing too much, right? Now, affordable homes near Goodyear, says Alice. Yes, there is. Someone said wanting to buy land in Mojave County. Not sure if you're covering that area. We just did a whole video on Kingman like 3 videos ago. A lot of you guys can get, if you guys actually check the homepage of Living in Arizona Now, you will see we've done several videos recently. We went up to Kingman, Bullhead City. We went up to Morenci through Globe and all that. This is recent, like in the last month. Yuma, we also went down to Yuma. Before that, we went down to Tubac, Sahuarita, Green Valley. So all you have to do is go on our homepage and binge watch a bunch of those videos because that's all new relevant information not me talking. I'm not even in the video showing my face at all. It's just literally showing you the scenery. So you guys can go on the homepage and watch that, by the way. Melissa says, yes, enjoying your recent content. Yeah, it was, that's a lot of good content that was put up. We even did top small towns. Those are the small towns. Those aren't necessarily where I would live, but those are places that you can check out and possibly live if it's your cup of tea. Okay, so staying up in northern Arizona, I just said Strawberry. I would also consider Cottonwood. Some of the things that are important to me, aside from an airport, would be how close it is to a Walmart or a Target or some sort of department store. I know that sounds kind of hokey, and that's classic Americana, right? But at the end of the day, if I need to build something in my backyard and I need to do something or have Amazon delivered to my house, if I'm living within a close proximity, I can make that happen in a day trip or in a day. I don't have to worry about like, oh man, I got to go all this way. So Cottonwood being close to having a Walmart or a department store. Same with Strawberry. If I need something, I'll just go down to Payson. Problem with living in Strawberry, it's far away from the airport. That's what stops me from making Strawberry really high on the list. There's no real airport around there. Good luck trying to get out of Payson with the airport. I mean, and it's far from Phoenix because you got to go down Strawberry, back into Payson, then come down the Beeline. Okay. So it's a probably 2 to 3 hour trip. It really is. Okay. So now let's talk about Southern Arizona. Well, actually, we already kind of did when we talked about Rio Rico, Green Valley, Sahuarita. But if we go over to the other side of the state, you have a place like Portal, Cave Creek, not Cave Creek north of Phoenix, but Cave Creek out there by the Chiricahua Mountains. And that's a really beautiful place. I think the population is less than 500. Every person that ever goes out there always says, how do I buy land here? Well, for me, the problem is it's so far away from the closest airport. The closest airport might even be in New Mexico at Silver City, but it's probably closer to Tucson. But you guys got to check out Chiricahuas if you haven't ever done a trip down there, or Google it first. We did a full video on Chiricahuas. You can check it out. We showed you around there. We've done videos pretty much on everywhere in the state. The only place we haven't really highlighted is probably Monument Valley, Canyon de Chelly. And then there's one town that I've been to recently, but it was dark. I didn't actually get to make a video of it. Was Young, Arizona. And my dad always said that if there was a place he could live, he said Young, Arizona. It's on the other side of Payson. It's actually really hard to get there. There's a road. You can get there two different ways. You can go around the backside through the Mogollon Rim, past Forest Lakes, and then come back down into Young, or you can go back up Roosevelt, up above the mountain where the Salt River is, and then just drop into Young, Arizona. Crazy cool out there, I tell you what. But anyway, someone said they would live in Prescott. Yeah, Prescott is actually a good area. It's a good area. And there are some places around Prescott that I would live. I would say Potato Patch is a little bit too cold. I mean, in the wintertime, you're immersed right in the forest there, and it's super cold in the area around Potato Patch. But if you go towards like downtown Prescott, it's really nice. I wouldn't live in Prescott Valley. Maybe go north towards like Chino Hills. Chino Hills is a pretty nice place. And so that's really the list. But if I could live anywhere, Sedona would be it. I mean, I have to tell you, Sedona is, and I put it towards the end, and I hesitate to really mention it because it's hard to get out there to Sedona. It's hard to live in Sedona, but Sedona is number one, in my opinion, best place in Arizona to live. I did say that if I could live anywhere, it would also be Catalina Foothills. And the reason I might take Catalina Foothills over Sedona is because it's closer to an airport. And that's really important for me. There is an airport in Sedona, but I wouldn't sit here and say it's one of the best airports. And then there's the Gold Canyon in the Phoenix metro area, which is really nice. It's a bit far, and that's a bit of a concern. Inside of Phoenix Metro, the one area that you might want to look at would be Ahwatukee. I think that's a decent area to live. We did talk about Black Canyon City actually to begin this. Anyways, guys, that's going to conclude this episode of Living in Arizona. If you guys enjoyed it, smash up the likes, and we will see you guys on the next one. If you really enjoy these live streams, let me know, and I can keep doing them. from here in Thailand while I'm out here filming for Island Hopper TV. And I just want to thank you guys who came over to Island Hopper TV from this channel and said what's up, dropped a comment, and watched some of the videos. Really appreciate all that support. So thank you to those of you who did do that. And thank you to our channel members. I've noticed we've been getting a lot of channel members subscribing to the channel also. So that's really cool. Thanks for all the support, and see you guys on the next one.